What's up, good people? Welcome to Bernard Riley Reviews, where we attack ideas and not people. I'm going to be doing something a little different today. Going to be reviewing the movie Coming to America, but not a normal review of the movie Coming to America. I'll only be reviewing the aspects of the movie that are relevant to my audience. And by my audience, I'm talking about the manosphere. Yes, there are a lot of things, a lot of touch points in that movie that are very, very relevant to what we talk about here in the manosphere. So let's strap on in, let's get ready, let's go, let's get it. The main part of the movie that I will be focusing on is the most controversial part of the movie, the part of the movie that people barely talk about. I went and watched about 4 or 5 reviews on this movie from people that actually review movies for real, like that's what they do. I've only done one other review on a movie, and that was for the not so cute movie called Cuties. So I'm only going to be reviewing the part of it that's relevant to my audience. And by my audience, I mean the manosphere. Yes, the manosphere. There were a lot of things in that movie that we talk about all the time here that just got glossed over by everybody and swept under the rug. Because you're probably wondering, much like me, how does the character Prince Hakeem, a very noble, upstanding guy, how does he come to America and just pop out a random baby? Before he met his queen to be, almost started singing it. Queen to be. How did that happen? How did that happen? It doesn't seem even in that character's makeup that he would have just been out there slinging it like that. I mean, come on. I can respect the writer's understanding that they can't just have him. He was just out there being reckless with his seed. But the way that they solved that problem, the character who he impregnated, played by Leslie Jones. I'm not saying that Leslie Jones is ugly. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but everybody who's ever beheld her has found her ugly. All right, moving on. That's not what we're here to talk about. What happened in the movie is what we can only describe as what's that word that starts with an R and rhymes with tape? Yeah, that's it. That's it. You got it. All right. But the fact of the matter is, he got the drug, he got hazy. He said he got hazy, didn't know what was going on, and he just remembered a bull came in the room and started hopped on top and started ramming him. Hopped on top of him and started ramming him in some kind of way. That's all he remembered. She took it. She drugged him and took it. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. Now, that's a problem for 2 reasons. One, it's glossed over and it's not getting criticized. That was just passively put in a movie, and the character was not viewed as a bad character. She was just one of the happy female protagonists in the movie that just was, that may not be the right word for that character because it was a side character, but still an important character. But I mean, she was one of the good guys in the movie. She wasn't like a bad character that did something bad. It wasn't depicted in that way whatsoever. And it was just glossed over by the movie. And in this same movie that had a female empowerment message, female empowerment was all over the movie. The wife, his wife, the one that he came to America to get, she was in the movie, obviously. And there was a scene where she made the king, because he was now the king in the movie, King Hakeem, she made the king go sleep on the couch. She told him, you don't see me in here hopping on 1 foot, barking like a dog. You don't see, I'm not that whatever you like type of lady. Like, that was in the movie. That even when you the king, you got, you know, you're not getting a hopping on 1 foot woman. That was in the movie. Female empowerment. You know, because he did some things in her mind that she thought was wrong, and she was like, I'm not listening to you. In that same movie, the daughter, his oldest daughter, who he had trained to more or less know how to, you know, run the country as he was running the country, but he needed an heir to the throne, so he went and found his son, who was a mumbling idiot, and she was arguing that, how could this mumbling idiot be the heir to the throne, and I'm the most qualified person for the job. I've trained my whole life for it. I know how to do it. I was born to do this. I was raised to do this. I was trained to do this. I know how to do it. He's a bumbling idiot. Bumbling idiot. But just because he has testicles, he gets to be the king? That message was in there. A message of women are qualified. They're right for the job. They can do the job. And if they earn it, they should get it. And all of that. And you're going to respect us. And all of that was in there. But when it comes to accountability, we going to sweep that under the rug. A woman was allowed to do that word that starts with an R and rhymes with tape. But she was allowed to do that, and the movie glossed right over it. But it speaks to something that we talk about in this space all the time. The whole idea of a submissive wife was completely crapped on. Like that was done. That was out of the question. Paying the cost to be the boss, now throw all that out the window. Women leading, being in control and being empowered, being the boss, all of that was big upped. Women being held accountable for their actions, swept under the rug. That can't be ignored in the same society where we just saw Bill Cosby get locked up for what he did 25 to 30 years ago. In a pro-woman, pro-female empowerment movie, they had a female character who was not a villain in the movie do that, and it was okay, and nobody's even talking about it. That can't be overlooked. And in the manosphere, of course, we're going to call that out. We're the front line, and this reminds me of the video that Aber and Preach just recently did when they talked about the necessity of this space. And without this space, nobody talks about those kind of things. So we got to talk about it, and I'm here to talk about it. And I said it. I said what I said, and it had to be said. And that's that. We're going to leave it at that. And that's Bernard Riley Reviews. Thank you for tuning on in. Make sure you catch the live show Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. The live shows will not remain on the channel, so you're going to have to go to Patreon from now on to start catching the live shows. If you miss them when they come on live, they will be on the Patreon page. Make sure you go and stop by the Patreon page. And with that said, I am out of here. Peace.